Hey, I'm Ewan.
We're
from the Sheepdogs, and you're watching loudguitars.com.
That's good. Hi, it's Pamela with loudguitars.com, and we're here with the Sheepdogs, Leah and Ewan. Thank you for sitting with us this afternoon. Appreciate it. This was one of those rare times that we got to see the band play before the interview. Can't tell you how exciting the show was. I'm still pumped. Absolutely incredible showdown. Really, really good. I also can't remember the last time I saw 5 band members singing. The sound was so rich and so full. It was incredible. Now, if I have my facts straight, when the Sheepdogs started, there were 3 members.
Yeah, in 2004, we were very bad. Sort of blues rock trio. Yes. And then we got Leah here join us. So the first step was like bringing another guitar to balance out sound, and then recently my brother James Trout is playing keyboards and singing.
He's your brother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. And you joined the band when?
Six.
And that's when the touring started getting very serious?
I think I went on their first tour.
On the first tour.
We knew that, I mean, all the bands we sort of looked up to had 2 guitars. And if you think about it, the really good rock trios always had like a legendary guitarist, whether it was like, you know, Joe Walsh and Jimi Hendrix, or, you know, Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page and stuff. So, you know, I knew I wasn't going to be able to carry that load. So, you know, 2 guitars are better than 1 in those cases.
And it worked so well for you. I had such difficulty trying to determine who I should be looking at. And there were parts where you both play the same lines and then you split. And I was like, uh-oh, who do I look at? Absolutely incredible sound. It was so distinct. You're a pedal guy, right? You enjoy
I enjoy a few good pedals. I have, you know, a pretty cool fuzz pedal and a decent tube screamer. I just recently started using some delay, so I'm getting into it. I'm evolving. So it's one of those things where you don't want to hold a bunch of them, I don't think, but some of them are definitely necessary for the sound we're trying to do.
You did buy the big pedal board, so you have room to add.
Yeah, I did buy like a bigger pedal board because I knew I was going to be
adding a few more. Okay, so here we are. What's the wish list on the pedal wish list?
Oh man, I don't know.
I really want a hummingbird pedal. It's like this, I don't know who makes it, but it's like this tremolo pedal. It's based on the pedal that Stephen Stills used on For What It's Worth. And we used it in the studio nationally. It's just awesome. I don't know where they make it.
Well, we'll put it out there. National? What's it called?
Well, it's called a hummingbird. I don't know who makes it. We just, I don't know.
Yeah, we used it in the studio for this album.
Okay.
It's a really cool.
For this album, the one I just bought, or the one that's
the one that's going to come out.
And we got a date for that?
September 4th.
Wow, okay,
Very
great.
neat, yeah.
So that's going to ease the burden of back to school for millions of kids worldwide.
That's right. That was our intent. Yeah.
I'm sure it was. You got an awful lot of different sounds out of that Gibson today. Unbelievable.
Oh, really? That's cool. I'm trying to be as versatile as I can. I don't stick to the same tone through both sets. You know, you do what you can, I guess. Really interested in getting this pedal called Quan pedal. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Quan.
It's kind of like a really good tube screamer.
Okay.
It's got the most natural kind of dirt sound. But I've looked it up on the internet. They're like $1,000 or like $1,200. Like it's really, but it's
So you
really
need a
sought
sponsor.
after.
Sponsor?
Quan?
There we go.
Quan, Sheepdogs.
There. Sheepdogs, yeah, that's right. It's time to talk. And I noticed that there were no guitar changes during the entire set. Is that normal, or is that because you're touring?
It's pretty standard for the set.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, unless you got a real big team that makes it really efficient and you don't notice the changes, I find that guitar changes just like slow the set down.
Yeah, they sometimes can for sure.
But we don't have other guitars, so when we have an extra guitar, it's just like a rented backline guitar, and it's usually there, you know, in case you break a string or technical difficulty. You know, I think we're looking to maybe get a sponsorship from somebody, but maybe a certain guitar company that we both use.
A certain guitar company that starts with a G and arrives at Gibson? Very nice.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, for me, the guitar I use, it's kind of unique in that it doesn't sound like, unless you get the exact same guitar, if I pull out another Gibson, it doesn't sound as strong, or it just sounds different, and it freaks me out. So.
I think you get used to the little knacks that your guitar has, whether to dig in here at this point, the fretboard, certain parts, you kind of get used to your own. It's tough to something else.
And do you have a favorite string company that you use? Because you do an awful lot of bending, and I didn't see much tuning going on. Like it.
No, we used the Dario strings.
Okay.
I think they given us some strings, so
Oh, good.
props
Gave
to
us
Dario.
boxes.
Some good. Yeah.
Yay!
Big ups to them.
Yeah, no, we definitely do a lot of bending. My guitar stays in tune pretty well. It's a weird guitar, so
Is that something the Firebirds are known for? That they hold well?
I don't know. I have a weird one. It's like a studio model, so it has sort of the rounded edges, and it also has full-size humbuckers as opposed to mini
Okay.
humbuckers, so it's a little different. But it just, I don't know. It's a warhorse. It's taking a beating. Like we played last summer. We played in this festival in North Bay, Ontario, and it was storming, and it basically like flooded the stage. We probably played like 3 songs too long, and we were just getting bombarded, and all our gear was just pretty much toast. But
Lost the pedal.
Oh, you lost
the guitar survived.
Firebird made it through.
They're definitely in need of some rehab at some point.
Actually, I don't think my guitar's been the same since that day.
Really?
So the wiring's a little funky. Yours is a little funky too.
Yeah, we haven't had time to get them fixed.
You really get beat on the road. But I think that, kind of gives some character as well. Like,
Absolutely.
mine's kind of wearing on the back. It's nice, like tobacco yellow. I don't know if it's from the sweat but it actually looks pretty cool.
There's nothing like a nice board. Yeah. I mean,
People pay to get those new.
the Fender is there.
Yeah.
The new Strats.
The new old
The new
self beat
old-
up, like Joe Strummer or whatever.
Yeah, my paint is starting to chip on top. Do it yourself.
Now, you since it was a festival type of situation, you didn't have your backline with you. What are you guys using to play through?
We pretty much always play Fender Twins. Because we do a lot of flying, we do get the printed backline. So they're usually those new reissues of I think it's the 65 reissue that they always have. We just insist that there's no not the ones with the master volume, because those ones they don't. The thing that we value about the Twin is that you can turn it up really loud,
Oh, sir.
and it doesn't.
Good, thank you.
You can turn it up really loud, and it doesn't break up. It stays clean. That's of utmost importance to us. Is to be able to crank it up and just instead of getting dirty, it just gets that kind of clean bite to it.
Yes.
If you want dirty, you can use a tube screamer or something. I find that a lot of the other Fenders just get dirty too. So I use a 71 Fender Twin that's my own, but it's sitting in Toronto's.
Okay.
So it'll be waiting for us to do our actual tour.
And that's what you used in the studio?
Well, in the studio, we flew in for that too. So, we used 3 amps primarily in the new album.
Okay.
That's what we used. The custom too. Yeah, maybe 4 amps. Mainly 3. We used Fender Reverb from the early 70s or so, where the tubes were actually falling out of it. So I actually had to turn it upside down and put it on its head. So it looked, it looks like this just cool trick, you turn it upside down.
The kids are going to be doing that all over the place.
Literally just to keep the tubes from falling out.
That's so great.
That, and then we used 2 really dirty old amps. We used a custom, a Premier Custom, whatever it's called, and then the Fender Princeton, which is just really ballsy, kind of like lead tone.
Just peel the paint.
And are you allowed to talk about who produced the last record?
Sure.
The record that's not out yet. Do you have a title for it?
It's just going to be self-titled.
Okay.
Self-titled. Patrick Carney is the producer of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's working with a kind of a group of guys with him. We had our friend Austin Skaggs, and Roger Mutno is the engineer, and it's his studio in Nashville.
So this is album number 4. Did you have some ideas of what you wanted this record to sound like? And what was really important, or were you open to getting in the studio and seeing what the vibe felt like?
I think we maybe would have had more of a sort of premeditated concept had we had more time. The last album was like, we spent all summer just doing it on our own, just, totally, left to our own devices. This time, it was like, we have X amount of time, 2 weeks basically to work with Pat before he had to go on tour with the Black Keys. And, we came right off the road, so it wasn't like, it was like, get to work. So we kind of had to dig and dig deep and just kind of come up with whatever we could. And, just had a bunch of songs and just basically being under the gun, I think, helped us to make the album that we did. Sometimes, you take your time and make a good album. Other times, that pressure can galvanize you and it can result in making music.
Absolutely.
Feel good about it.
That's good. It's so important. You come out and you're excited and it's the fruits of your labor and you're going to be listening to it for a long time and playing the songs for a long time too.
Yes.
I feel it's quite strong. So we're happy about it.
Does it diversify a lot from previous albums, or is it more of the same awesomeness?
It's like it's the same vibe, but there's sort of just way we try not to repeat the same tricks, but there's a lot of the same elements that it's for us. We've just made music based on this all the elements of harmony and melody and good groove and interesting. So we just made sure that all those elements were present, new songs, and there's some new flavors, whether, there's a song with sitar on it, or there's a song that has 5/8 time, or just, give them something different, but keep all the good Sheepdogs elements.
And who does most of the writing?
I write the songs, yeah.
You write the songs, you write the melodies, you write the lyrics?
Yeah. And then, a lot of times it's, we get together and we come up with the arrangement and various other sort of, all of the sort of the fixings, we kind of do that together. Especially this album is a lot of arranging as a band because just coming right off the road, there wasn't that much time to sort of get stuff ready, so there was a lot of hammering stuff out.
So are you doing musically what you want to be doing? Is this what you wanted to be doing? Did you want to be touring as hard as you are and putting out records? And was this what you were hoping to work toward when you started?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. It's, musically definitely doing playing the stuff we want to play. And then, we're getting some success and not having to deviate from the kind of music we always wanted to play. It's that fear of once you're on a major label, you've got to play ball and, make what the radio wants you to play. But we haven't had to do that. We've been true to ourselves and we enjoy the tunes that we're making. We don't have to sound like a back type of band or whatever.
Right. And the reason why I asked is because when I was watching the show and watching you guys on stage, everybody seemed to be right where they wanted to be. And that is so nice because I wish that for every band that I see, but I don't often see it. So when I do, I love to see that. Somebody who's happy, not somebody who's,
just doing
looking to get it over and done. Yeah, or having to do it. I recognize everybody's got their days and their off days, right?
I think it's important to put on a good live show no matter what condition or shape you're in. We feel pretty grateful that this is now our job. We don't have to work anymore. This is what we do for a living. That's what we always wanted. So it's pretty sweet. We're pretty comfortable.
And if you want to play the music that you want to play and not necessarily play what's the hot, the hot trend or whatever's playing on the radio, you got to be patient and you got to understand that success is not going to come overnight. So when we started doing the kind of music we've been doing, we knew that it was not exactly what everyone else is doing. So we had to kind of dig in and put in that hard work. It wasn't like 2 months of work.
We built a fan base, touring, grinding it out across Canada for 5 years. And I think that was important to shape the band that way.
Now we need to grind
this fan base,
in the US too.
Yeah. So, and like we were just over in England, it's kind of like same thing. Start from ground zero again and work your way up.
But
it's a little quicker this time.
Well, you've got some momentum behind you.
Yeah.
We were asking some of the kids, hey, how'd you hear about the Sheepdogs? And Rolling Stone. So Rolling Stone was definitely a nice turn of events. Hard. That's to us, and he said, "Are they not so amazing?" And I said, "Yeah, they're amazing." And he said, "I think I have a man crush." He was so blown away. Yeah, you know, and then so we've got the little kids next to us that were freaking out. They came to see you guys. They were the ones whose autographs you just signed on the way over.
Yeah.
And then the older man. So it's great. It's like such a wide demographic.
You know, we pride ourselves on just, making music that's very inclusive, and I think, it's that old adage, like, there's only two kinds of music, good or bad. I think good music everybody can get into. We're not making music for a certain type. We want old, we want all types of fans. So it's music to our ears.
Well, congratulations. I wish you all the very best, and thank you so much for taking